guys. Who's doing yoga tonight? Who's doing some yoga? Hi guys. Oh, Tian. Sick. Hi Lisa. Hey Anne. I'm so happy I'm back with you guys. It feels like it's been forever. Oh my gosh. I'm used to being at the gym 5 times a week and now... Oh, I'm sorry I didn't see you there. Jasmine wants to say hi. So we're going to do a flow tonight, which I'm really excited about because we've been doing a lot of yin together lately, which is amazing too. But the yang flow is such a nice way to release energy, to strengthen, and to also actively stretch. You still get a really nice release in the flow. So I want to start by sitting cross-legged. You can sit towards the top of the mat, maybe even in the middle of the mat. Sit up really tall with your hands on your knees. I'm Stefania. Welcome to yoga. Close your eyes and begin taking some deep breaths in and out through your nose. Relax the shoulders down your back. Relax your elbows and your fingers. On the inhales, the crown of the head elongates towards the ceiling, feeling the whole spine lengthen in that action. And on the exhales, the front rib cage pulls in and downward slightly. All these movements are subtle. Relax your knees. Relax your legs. Find the breath. For 3 more. Let's bring the palms together. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. You can open the eyes and sweep the arms all the way up to the ceiling. Interlace the fingers together, pointer fingers reaching up, shoulder blades melting down a little bit. And just breathe for 2 more. Find length in the side body, so keep the lower body relaxed. Inhale deeply, and when you exhale, bring your right hand down to the floor, bend the right elbow, and side bend across with the left hand to the right. You don't want your chest to point downwards, so twist your chest up towards the ceiling, or maybe the sky if you're outside, which is so nice. Take 1 more in the side bend. If you're really mobile, your right elbow might actually touch the floor, but not to where your left knee is lifting. You have to keep that down. Inhale, let's come back up, both arms. When you exhale, left hand comes down, right arm comes up and across. Twist the chest open. And breathe, and maybe bring the elbow down to the floor, unless it's compromising the hip. Then you may as well just keep it off the floor anyways. Take 2 more. Keep twisting the heart open, which you can do by pressing your left hand into the floor. Inhale, both arms come back up to the ceiling. And on the exhale, release the hands down through the center of the chest. Place your right hand on your left knee and your left hand behind you. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, twist deeply. Squeeze your core and drop your shoulder blades down your back. Inhale, lengthen the crown of the head to the ceiling. Exhale, pull the belly in and rotate through the spine more. Inhale, neutralize the spine, face forward once again. Exhale, twist in the other direction. Inhale, lift the chest up tall. On the exhale, use the left hand to pull on the right knee to help you get more rotation around your rib cage. Breathe deeply. You don't want your chin up in this pose. It's parallel to the floor. And then inhale, come back to center. On the exhale, we're going to roll forward to the hands and knees, or take 1 knee out to the side and come onto the hands and knees. I can't play right now, baby girl. I love you. Over there. Spread the fingers wide. Curl the toes under. Inhale, tilt your pelvis, drop your belly, and look up. So I'm in a deep arch in the spine. Exhale, round your back. Tuck under, squeeze the core, push the hands and knees down. Again, inhale, tilting, sticking out the hips, rolling the shoulders back. Exhale, tucking under, pulling the belly in tight. Neutralize your spine, so now you're doing neither of those movements, and come into downward facing dog. Lift through the hips, long arms, long legs, long spine. Press the heels low and the hips up high for one more. Notice how it feels today. Maybe the shoulders feel a little stiff, maybe the legs feel a little stiff, maybe it feels amazing. Look at your hands. Bend your knees and hop your feet all the way to the front of the mat. Inhale, lengthen your chest forward. On the exhale, fold forward, press the fingertips into the ground and drop your head. Hold here for 3. Lean into your toes a little bit more. Make sure the heels are slightly apart for 2. Press the shoulder blades down away from the ears, forehead to the knee. Then relax your arms and begin to slowly stand up. There's no rush. Take your time rolling up. Roll the shoulders back once you're standing. Stand at the front of your mat. I would if there was a cat not there. Hello. Feet together, palms forward. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up to the ceiling. On the exhale, we're going to fold all the way forward, touch the ground, drop the head. Inhale, lengthen the chest forward, roll the shoulders back. And on the exhale, step the right foot back into a lunge. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the ceiling and hold this lunge for 5. Bend the front knee deeply. 4, breathe. 3, try to extend the back knee a little bit straighter. 2. The left hand grabs the right wrist and you're going to side bend over. We're going to reach over to the left side so you can create a lot of deep stretch along the side body. Take one more full breath here. Really deep, bend the front knee a little bit more. And then inhale, come back up to neutral. On the exhale, warrior 2, we'll pivot the back heel down to the ground. Sink into the front knee a little bit more. Draw the belly in. Inhale, just for a quick breath. And on the exhale, we're going to bring both hands to the front of the mat. Step back to plank. On the exhale, bend your elbows. Chaturanga, you're hovering over the ground. Inhale, upward dog. Lift the chest. The knees are off the floor completely here. My toes are pointed. On the exhale, downward dog. Lift through the hips. Take one breath. Long arms, long legs, long spine. Inhale, lift the right leg up into the sky. Hold it there for 5. Flex the heel. 4, pull the belly in, arms straight. 3, keep breathing deeply. 2. And 1, let's step the right foot in between the hands, lunge again. And inhale, sweep your arms up. Bless you, Jasmine. Hold for 5. Try and sink the hips low. 4, the left hip wants to press forward more. 3, so it's not back here. You're going to get both hips square to the front of the mat. 2, inhale. On the exhale, bring the hands together in front of the chest. Lean into your supportive leg. Your standing leg is going to be your left one. You're going to kick your right leg off the ground. Flex the right toes. My foot is only as high as my hip, and I'm turning that hip down to point at the ground. You're looking at the floor a couple feet in front of your right toes. And if you can, extend your arms back. Warrior 3 for 3. Find the breath. You're stabilizing that left hip and right hip. 2, both legs are working here. Now slowly begin to stand up and bring the feet together. Once the feet are together, palms forward, flow into the other side. Inhale, arms up. On the exhale, fold forward, tighten your core. Inhale, lengthen chest forward. Exhale, left foot steps back, lunge. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Hold. Sometimes I like to wiggle my back foot back a little bit more, and it just allows my hips to sink lower. The wider the legs, the wider you can get your stance. Breathe in deeply. When you breathe out, right hand grabs left wrist and you're gonna extend over. Create a side bend, lateral flexion of the spine. Such a nice way to release pressure along the lower middle back. Take 2 more, maybe even look up towards the ceiling or sky. Inhale, both arms up. On the exhale, warrior 2 pose. Right arm forward, left arm back. Left heel is down on the floor, just for a breath. Inhale. Exhale, both hands down to the front of the mat. Step back, plank. Shift forward, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Lift the chest, knees off the floor, feet pointed. Exhale, downward dog. Lift through the hips, hold. Long arms, long legs, long spine. Inhale the left leg up. Hold it there, flex the heel. 5. Try not to have bending in the elbows, keep them straight. 4, soften the chest down. 3, keep breathing. 2, left foot steps in between the hands. A lunge again, wiggle that back heel back and sweep the arms up. Hold for 3. Breathing fully, core is tight. 2. And 1, hands come together. We're gonna lean into our left leg, take the right leg up and hold. We're basically creating the shape of the letter T with your body. So my foot, my hips, my shoulders are all at the same height. Maybe reaching the arms back, it definitely helps with balance, I think, and it brings more engagement to the upper spine. Take 2 more breaths here. Smile, it's just yoga. Breathe in. Breathe out, engage your core and stand up. And sometimes you fall. Bring the feet together. Roll the shoulders back. Spread the feet out as wide as your hips, maybe even a little bit wider. Turn the toes out slightly. Bend your knees, come down into squat. Bringing your palms together. Thank you, Jasmine. Let's hold squat for 2 breaths. Keep the chest open and the shoulders down. Keep opening up the knees. If this really bothers you, you can always take butterfly pose instead. Having your bum down on the floor with your feet together and your knees open. Take another breath here. We're gonna work on crow. Crow's a tough pose if you're a beginner. Once you get it one time, it clicks and that's it. You've got it. You just have to keep trying. Palms flattened at the top of the mat. They're shoulder width apart, and I'm spreading my fingers out really wide. My knees are gripping into my triceps. I'm gonna lift the hips, keep my chin up and shift forward. Over time, my chest comes so far forward that my feet feel light and I can lift them off the ground. I'll show it from the side as well. Try it. If you're familiar with it, keep doing it. If you need to watch it, watch it. Because watch my hips. My hips are over my wrist. They're not back here because then I can never lift my feet if they're here. Bring the hips forward, drop the chest a little bit, and draw the feet up. 3, find the breath. 2, and come back to squat. Hold squat for 3, and breathe for 2, and 1. Hands flat, lift the hips, pop back to plank. Exhale, chaturanga onto your belly. Inhale, come up into Sphinx pose. Shoulders back, open up the chest, and breathe. Shoulder blades melting down. Notice how this back bend feels, especially if you haven't practiced as often as you're used to. These are nice postures to just get back into the flow of things. Get the body mobile again. Notice if this is a hard back bend for you or if it's pretty comfortable today. If it feels good, you can bend your right knee, grab that right foot with your right hand. I'm grabbing the inside of my foot. That outside is fine too. Try not to let the foot fall out to the side. Bring it into the midline. Maybe bend the right elbow up towards the ceiling and pull the foot towards the glute. Keep your chest up and take another 2 breaths. Keep opening up the chest. Squeeze the glutes a lot. Inhale. And on the exhale, let go. Bring the right elbow down. Grab the left foot with the left hand. Try not to stay leaning over to the right side though. Press the left hip down. Maybe bend the left elbow and press the foot towards the heel, towards the glute. Take another 2 breaths here. Oh, I love this pose so much. Just opens so much of the body at once. And I like efficient postures. Some people do like to practice for 90 minutes. I don't. I like to practice for 45 minutes. I get all my postures in, they're efficient, and I practice often, but I don't practice for 90 minutes. And this pose for me, quick, but it targets so much. Let go, let's rest down slowly. Take a few breaths on your chest. Notice how your back feels. Reach back with your hands towards your feet. Lift the chest and lift the legs. You can definitely stay here. It's a wonderful way to strengthen the full spine, the glutes, and the hamstrings. Or you can bend both your knees and grab your feet. Once you've got your feet, or even your ankles, you can choose pointed or flexed feet. Generally, if your knees bother you, you should flex your feet. I like pointed, it helps me lift higher into the posture. Then you press your feet away from your bum and lift your chest. Maybe rock a little bit. Have some fun here. Smile again. 3, pretend like it's a comfortable pose. 2, draw the knees in a little closer. Inhale, and when you exhale, rest. Take a full breath. And then child's pose, press into the palms, pull the hips back, forehead to the ground. Notice how your child's pose feels. You might be feeling your back bend release in this pose. You might be feeling the ankles stretching, the lower back stretching, shoulder tension, or this might be really comfortable. Take another breath. From child's pose, come forward to hands and knees. From here, you're going to bring your elbows to the ground. And there's 2 options. You can either interlace your hands together to make it easier on the shoulders, or you can have your palms flat on the ground, hands shoulder width apart. Spread the fingers out really wide. Curl the toes under like your downward dog, and literally lift your hips like downward dog. Walk the feet in a little bit closer to the elbows and press the heels down. Try to maintain straight legs in dolphin downward dog for 5. It's such a deep shoulder stretch and strengthener. 4, keep moving the chest towards the knees. 3, if you need breaks, you drop your knees whenever you need to. 2, find the breath. Bring the feet together and then lift the right leg up into the sky for 3. Point the toe. Press the elbows down. 2. And 1, switch sides. Lift the left leg up. Hold. 3, point the toe. 2, press the other heel down. And 1, release that foot. Come forward into dolphin plank. Hold the plank for 3. Core is drawing in. Press the hands down a lot. 2. And then lower the knees. Child's pose for 1 breath again. Chest draws down, hips pull back. Then walk both hands over to the right. As your hands go to the right, your left arm stretches out and you feel your left side body opening up. Go over to the other side. As the hands go to the left, you feel the stretch along the right ribs. Breathe deep. Back to center. Come forward to hands and knees and into downward dog once again. Hold downward dog for 3 breaths. Long arms, long legs, long spine. Bring the feet together. Kick the right leg up to the ceiling. Bend the right knee and twist the hips open to the right. Try and drop the right armpit a little bit. Bring the right foot towards the bum more. Inhale. On the exhale, step the right foot to the outside of the right hand and drop your back knee. Notice how this feels right off the bat. The right knee should still be stacked over your ankle. So some people, you'll find the foot's all the way out here. Now my ankle and my knee are no longer in alignment with each other. So your foot and ankle and knee are all stacked. Press the hips forward. Your left foot is pointed. Press the pointed foot into the ground. You might be able to bring your right hand to your right thigh and twist. For some, this is a huge stretch. Down the front of the left hip, into the right hip, into the low back. For others, it's pretty manageable. If you can bend your back knee and reach your right hand back and grab the left foot, then do it. If your hips just move back here so that you can grab the foot, don't do it. Keep the hips forward, twist the chest open, whether your hand is here or holding your foot. Take another full breath here. It's normal if the inside of the right foot lifts off the floor and the knee caves open a bit. Breathe in. When you breathe out, bring the right palm flat to the ground. Curl the back toes under, lift that knee. Lift the front heel off the floor. So now you're on the toes of both legs. Hold for 3. Push the ground away with the hands. Just strengthen the chest here a bit. 2. Step the right foot back, plank, into chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog, lift the chest, lift the chin maybe. Exhale, downward dog. Feet together. Inhale, left leg up. Bend the left knee and twist the hips open to the left. Press the left armpit down a little bit. Lift the knee higher, foot towards the heel, glutes. Inhale. And exhale, take your time, step your left foot to the outside of the left hand, drop the right knee. I even walk that knee back quite a bit and point your right toes. Place the left hand on the left thigh and twist. Breathe fully. Such a nice twist right off the bat. It opens up the low spine, both hips. It strengthens the right shoulder. But you might be able to take your left arm back, bend your right knee and grab that foot with your left hand. See how it feels. That's a huge quad stretch. When you come into this variation, it's probably going to be the front of the right leg that feels it more than anything. Inhale. And on the exhale, let go of that back foot, palms flat. Curl the right toes under, lift the knee. Lift the left heel off the floor. My heel is off the floor if you can't tell. Just one more breath. Good. On the exhale, step back to plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. I just realized my neighbor is watching me. Exhale, downward facing dog. It's the benefit of at-home yoga. Spread the fingers out really wide. From here, we're simply going to come into pigeon. You're going to bring your right shin forward and your left knee back, and then fold onto your elbows. This stretch is for outside right hip, glutes, even sometimes lower back and IT band, but it's mostly dominant in the glute. You don't want to be leaning onto that side though, to the point where this hip is rotated open. Close this left hip down to the floor. If you want to drop your head and relax your neck and shoulders, go for it. And breathe deeply. One more breath here in this stretch. Take your time and sit up slowly onto your fingertips. Open up your chest. I'm still not leaning over to the right hip. Left hip is pressing down towards the floor. Open up the chest. Maybe reach the left hand back and grab the left foot. Lean back a little bit. Sometimes I even place my right hand on my right thigh to help me draw back a little bit more. You can definitely stay here, or I know some of you know how to work on mermaid pose, where you wrap your elbow around your foot. Some of you also know how to flex the foot. Take the palm face up, slide it from the outside of the ankle underneath the top of the foot and grab around the big toe. It's a mouthful. Once you've got that over time, you'll be able to flip your elbow up towards the ceiling and take full king pigeon. Take one more breath here. Open up the chest a lot. Slowly release your back foot and come into downward dog. Use the core, draw the hips up, and take one breath. Simply left knee forward, right knee back. Draw the elbows to the ground. Take a few breaths in pigeon pose. Relax the shoulders down. Relax the chest. Some people like to even reach the arms completely forward and feel this stretch. One more breath. Come up onto the hands. Lean back, open up the chest a little bit. Try to stay centered in your hips as much as possible. Sometimes the hips are even up here, which is kind of like the splits, right? No one comes all the way down their first few times, so the hips can be up here. And then over time, they get heavier and you're able to melt them down. Take your time, reach back with your right hand and grab your right foot. Squeeze the core, lean back a little bit, open up the chest. If you know how to take mermaid, draw the elbow around the foot, see how it feels. If you know how to take king pigeon pose, flex the foot, take the hand underneath the top of the foot and grab the big toe. Honestly, for years, I just worked at this variation. This is harder than it looks. Most people just grab their ankle like this and think they're doing it. But your palm needs to face up. The thumb comes underneath the top of the foot and grabs the outside of the foot. Just to do that is a huge shoulder mobilizer. Breathe in really deeply. Yeah, my shoulder's tight. When we breathe out, we're slowly gonna release that foot. Palms flatten. Use your core and pull up into downward dog. Take your time, take a few breaths here. Long arms, long legs, long spine. Inhale, come forward to plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog, elevate the chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look at the hands, bend the knees, and see if you can jump into cross legs. And then straighten your legs out in front of you. Once your legs are straight, inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale, fold forward, catch the feet. Stick out the hips a lot. And breathe. Every inhale, open the chest. Bend the elbows and suck them backwards, along with the shoulders. And on the exhale, squeeze the core and fold a little bit more. The spine can round subtly, but not heavily. You can't drop your head and create a deep C shape with the spine. A light curve is fine, but you're always pressing your chest forward. Take another full breath here. Seated forward bend, Paschimottanasana, classic forward fold. Inhale, come up gently. Take your right foot, bring it to the inside of the left thigh. Grab the left foot, both hands. If you need a strap or you need to hold your ankle, do that. Breathe deeply and pull the foot towards you. Work the hamstring. Drop the shoulder blades. Every inhale, open up the chest. And every exhale, squeeze the belly, fold a little bit deeper. Keep trying to press your right hip towards your left foot. Sometimes it's hard to reach that right side towards the left leg. And that's coming from tightness in the hip and hamstring. come up slowly. Take this left leg and open it out to the left side. Take the right foot and pull it in more so it's still touching your inner thigh. Twist your chest to the left leg and slide the hands down the leg, stick out the hips a little bit, and see if you can actually grab your foot. Once you've got your foot, maybe with a strap or maybe just even holding your ankle, you can stay here, or the right hand tries to grab the outside of the left foot. If you can grab that, take your left hand behind your back and twist deeply. Look at your left thumb. This should ignite a deep stretch either on the outside of the right side body or your left hamstring, left inner thigh. Take 2 more deep breaths here. Keep twisting fully. Come up gently. That one can be a deep feeling when you come out of it. Take the left elbow to the inside of the left leg. Push the elbow into the leg to twist the chest and face upwards. Inhale the right arm up to the sky and exhale, reach it across the body. And breathe. Squeeze the core. Keep rotating the heart open. Keep relaxing the right knee completely. Let it be dead weight. This is one of my favorite side bends. Take 1 more breath. And then bring your hand down and come all the way up. Let's straighten the right leg forward. And the left foot's going to come in to the thigh. Make sure your foot is aligned with your hip so it's not up here, it's forward, and we're going to fold and grab the right foot with the hands. Most of the time, the left shoulder is higher than the right in this pose, so drop it down, and on your exhales, your left lower rib cage is sliding towards your right big toe. Every inhale lengthening, every exhale folding. Take 1 more breath here. Inhale, come up gently. Let's open the right leg out to the side. Once it's out to the side, you can pull your left foot in towards your thigh. Flex that right foot. Spiral the chest to face the leg. Because a lot of people do this. They reach with the one hand, their right hand, and their left hand's over here, and they're like, oh, I can't do it. This is really tight. So maybe the fingers on the floor will help you rotate towards the leg. And some people do stay here, but over time, you're going to be able to reach your arms down, maybe even grab your foot with both hands. It's harder to grab with the left foot, but that's the one you're trying to grab with the most. If you can reach the foot, the left hand can come to the outside of the foot, and the right hand can come behind the right thigh, twist towards the right. Trying to bring the left armpit and the left rib cage down and towards the right knee. Breathe deep into this stretch. Inhale, come all the way up, nice and slow. That one's really good sometimes if you get a pinch in your lower back. It's a really nice way to pull apart the SI joint. Let's take the elbow on the right side and place it on the inside of the thigh. Sometimes it doesn't reach, and then you just place your hand on your inner shin, which is fine. But eventually you can side bend a little bit deeper down. Sweep the left arm up to the sky and across towards the right. The right elbow is pressing into the right thigh so that you can rotate your chest open more. Because I don't want my chest pointing down and my arm coming forward here. Keep twisting upwards. Take another breath or two. Relax the left knee completely. Inhale, come all the way up. Cross the legs. So you're just going to bring the right leg in front of the left one. And with the legs crossed, You're either going to keep them crossed and fold forward or go a stage deeper by stacking your shins. So now my right shin is on top of my left shin and my foot is over my thigh or knee. Avoid it sickling inwards and having the foot turn in. If it has to happen and you have no knee pain, it's fine. But ideally it's across a little bit more. We're going to fold forward, reaching through the arms. Maybe the elbows touch the floor, maybe the head drops down. Maybe you're in the opposite corner where your hands need to be behind your back and press the chest forward. If the top knee is off the floor and it's very hard, keep pressing yourself forward. If your bottom knee is off the floor, readjust. Maybe cross your legs instead. Right one in front and fold forward. This will practice external rotation in the hips. Sitting cross-legged will be much more available. You'll have more room in your lower back, less sciatic pain. Take another full breath here, maybe 2. Inhale, come up slowly. You're going to reach your arms forward, lean back a little bit and pop the legs out of the pose into boat pose. Pointing the toes, reaching the arms forward. My back is fully straight. I'm not rounding at all. Draw your core in for 3 more. Breathe, open up the chest, smile 2. Maybe stay here, maybe hold underneath your shins and extend through the legs. Point the toes. If you can hold the feet and flex the toes. That's a little bit deeper. You're going to feel a lot of hamstring. Breathe into whatever variation you like. Breathe out, let go. Cross the left leg in front of the right one to come down. Or cross it on top and fold forward. Breathe deeply. Keep relaxing the body into the stretch. One more here. Come up gently. Lean back with the hands. Take the legs up. Unwind into boat. And hold. Draw the belly in. Possibly grab the outsides of the feet and extend the legs straight up. Or hold the base of the shin, point the toe. Or spread the legs, work the inner thighs a bit. You have 3 options there. Maybe more. Take 2 more breaths. Press the feet into the hands. Work the knees to a straight position. Inhale. Exhale, butterfly. Bring the feet together. Rest them on the ground. Grab below the toes and pull yourself forward. If you have trouble coming down, you can even keep yourself up here and just pull. You're going to feel the inner thighs anyways. If you have an easier time and your elbows come in front of your shins, then press the elbows into the shins to help thrust the chest beyond your toes. Drop the head and breathe. Come up gently. Straighten the legs out and lay down flat on your back. Once you're on your back, notice how you feel. Bend the knees, place the soles of the feet flat on the floor. And with the knees bent, the hands will come down by the sides of the body. Inhale, lift the hips up off the ground as high as you can. We're going to keep the palms flat for now. My feet are directly below my knees. And both my feet are pointing forward and they're hip width apart. If the bum is having a hard time coming up and there's this dip in the front of the hips, Work on the hip bone, drawing up by really digging down through the heel. If you can interlace your hands together and wiggle the shoulder blades close together, do that. And hold here for 3 more. Keep opening up the chest. For 2, work those glutes. And 1, spread the hands and lower down. Upper back first, then middle back, then lower back. Take a moment here. Again, inhale, hips up off the floor. This time I want you to reach your arms up and all the way back so that they hit the floor behind your head. The backs of the hands are pressing into the ground, and you're going to keep lifting the glutes up high for 3 more breaths. Make them really deep. Work the legs here. 2, just let those legs burn. Push down through the heels, tighten the glute. And as you start to lower your upper back to the floor, your arms lift off the ground, middle back comes down, arms come down with the lower back. Take a moment. You can definitely do that again. 1 more round of bridge, our last round, or you can take wheel. Wheel, you have to point your elbows at the ceiling and place your fingertips on the ground, your whole palm actually flat on the ground with the hands pointing at your shoulders. So not pointing at the back of your mat, point them at your feet. Walk the feet in a little bit closer to the hips and press down through the hands. See if you can lift the whole body off the floor into a crescent shape. If this is too painful, definitely stay in bridge. For 3, find the breath, lift through the chest. 2, keep breathing, maybe look at the thumbs, wheel. And 1, tuck the chin to the chest, wheel. Come down nice and slow. Upper back, then mid, then low. Notice how it feels. Do what comes naturally to you. Maybe just lay here for a second. Maybe hug your knees into your chest. Maybe straighten your legs. When you're ready, hug just your right knee in and straighten your left leg onto the floor. Once just the right knee is hugged in, open your right arm straight out to the right side. The hand is at shoulder height. Twist your back and pull your right knee across your body to the left side. If the right shoulder lifts off the ground a lot, press that down. That has to stay down even if the back doesn't twist as much. Breathe deeply. Keep relaxing your chest and shoulders. I love this twist. I teach this all the time. It's classic, it's simple, but it's always there to release the low spine. Especially if you're waking up in the night with lower back pain and a pinching in the SI, this is a nice pose. See if it helps you. Inhale deeply, and when you exhale, slide your right leg all the way down to the floor, straightening both legs, taking a moment, observe how it feels. Hug the left knee into the chest with the right hand. Pull that knee across your body and reach the left hand out to the left, turning the head to the left. Breathe and notice this feeling. For me, it's in my left shoulder. I've always felt my shoulders and upper back in this twist because that's the tight area of my body. I never really suffered with hip pain. My lower back pain I used to suffer with went away relatively quickly with yoga, but for years I have had persistent shoulder tension. And I had an injury there a long time ago. It's just always been tight. The yoga postures will show you where you hold the most amount of tension based on where you feel them. And that's why it's good to study your body, stay present in these postures. Breathe in really deeply. When you breathe out, slide the left leg down to the ground, flop onto your back, rest for a little bit. Then hug both knees to the chest. Take a moment. Notice how it feels here. And then we'll come into happy baby pose, grabbing the insides of the feet and spreading the feet wider than the bodies. My feet are basically shoulder width apart. I'm sliding my shoulder blades down, my chin down, and my feet are flexed. It's such a great inner thigh and hamstring stretch. Also lower back. If you want to take shoulder stand instead, or for those of you that are craving a handstand, a headstand, a forearm stand, definitely go for it. Go into your inversion. But if you want to learn shoulder stand, it's a bit easier. It goes with the flow from this pose. You can lift your legs straight up into the sky and place the hands down by the sides of the body. Option 1, stay here. Option 2, pop the lower back off the floor and see if you can take your hands to your lower back and draw the feet away from the face. Notice how this feels. A lot of people hold shoulder stand here, and that is not a straight line. Draw the feet back, away from your body. Take a full breath. Lower the feet overhead. Try to touch the floor. If they don't touch the floor, it's okay. Just keep the hands on the back. Take one more breath here. Very slowly, hands on the floor, roll down one vertebrae at a time. Knees bend, feet flat on the floor. Take a moment, notice how that feels, palms face up. One more posture. Watch out, Jasmine. We're going to stretch out the hips one more time before we release into Shavasana. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. My right foot is flexed. I'm going to take my left foot off the floor. You have to lay down right there. Take the right arm in between the legs. The left hand comes around the opposite side of the leg, and you're going to hold on to the top of the knee or underneath the leg. But pull the left shin towards you. Your right leg will be drawn towards you, and you'll feel right outer hip. This is a great way to practice pigeon pose. If actual pigeon hurts your knee or hurts your back, this is a wonderful pose. Take 2 more breaths. Keep the lower back pressing down into the ground. And keep trying to bend your elbows to pull the knee in closer to you. Breathe in deeply. Breathe out, let go, and rest the left foot down to the ground, and then rest the right foot down to the ground. Cross the left ankle over the right thigh. Take the left hand in between the legs and hold the outside, or right hand comes around the outside of the legs and hold the right knee. I like to hold above the knee. A lot of people instinctually go underneath the thigh and pull in, but to me, holding over the knee is more secure and the stretch is deeper because I have to reach a little bit further. Relax the lower back into the floor. There are times, sometimes I actually just press my right leg into my left leg and I let go and I don't even use my hands, and I just work this stretch with the strength of my right quad holding it, which is nice too. You can always play with it. Take 3 more. Gently let go. Straighten your legs, or keep your knees bent if the lower back's a little bit sensitive, or butterfly your legs, knees open like a diamond shape. The palms face up. The shoulder blades melt down the back. If you'd like to put your legs up against a wall to rest, you can do that as well. This is our final posture, arguably the most important yoga pose, the pose that all other postures prepare you for. Meditation. Relax the shoulders, the jaw, and the pit of your throat. Soften the glutes and knees and ankles. Taking 2 minutes without my voice in Shavasana. Take some deep breaths in and out through your nose.
Someone's in front door.
I'm sorry, my house is loud today. Take your time, interlace your fingers together, reach your arms up and back. Point your toes, stretch the whole body. Then bend your knees and roll to one side of your body. And rest on that side for a little bit. Eventually you can sit up slowly, crossing your legs and bringing your palms together, letting your thumbs rest on your chest with your eyes closed. Continue to stay grounded and present in your body and present in your needs. Namaste. I hope you all enjoy your beautiful night. It's been such a beautiful week. If anyone has any questions, comment them on my video. It's going to be posted right after this class. And I try to visit the page and see if anyone commented and answer any questions. I love you guys. I'll see you next time. I'm back Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. for another flow. And mornings we go hard. We're really going to go hard on that one. Bye, guys.